Hello there everyone and welcome back. I am so excited to play StarControl again, for I have played the old traditional classic StarControl 2 and StarControl 3, but sadly I never did play the original and I already am having a lot of nostalgia for this game, just looking back at all the old races that were in StarControl 2. For sadly, none of them have made it into StarControl Origins. This is going to be a weird kind of prequel, not really the case, when you consider the fact that none of the old races are actually in this game, for there is a lot of character to the original StarControl. We had the Puke, or the Punk, I can't remember how you pronounce them, they had a K there right after the P anyway, that basically their playstyle is all about insulting the enemy fleets as they're engaging them. It's basically a mechanic on how you power up your weapons. And we had like the Spatsy, I keep wanting to call them the Sputniks, but they're what? The Spatsy, that's all about running away and have all their weaponry based on the rear of their ships. Their strategy is all about running away, for crying out loud. And even their personality reflects that quite heavily. So there's a lot of endearing qualities, but at the same time it's an incredibly serious type of theme. A very serious game going on there. For in StarControl 2, you literally start off with Earth beings encompassed by a slave shield. They cannot escape their atmosphere, nor can you enter it. Just to give you a brief example. And I have played StarControl 3 to its completion there, but sadly, I haven't gone all the way through StarControl 2 in my youth, so I don't know what exactly I'm missing out on with all the races that were introduced, or at least were in that game. For StarControl 3 involved kind of like a Star Trek Federation type of thing, where you're going off into another quadrant with all these different races to try and solve a problem ultimately. But nonetheless, I've been going on long enough, there's a lot of character to StarControl, and it even shows a little bit of it here too. Cause good god, I do not want to open up loot boxes, let alone to get a chance of getting a game save slot. Please no. And leaderboards, of course, there's a lot of credits here. There's a lot of humor and personality already. Hell, even the introduction involved the antagonist, or at least what I assume is the antagonist for this campaign. It's the one one on a watch post there, sleeping on the job, needless to say. So, I'm hoping for a good time. I already played maybe like the first 15 minutes to get a feel of what to expect, for there's a lot of concern since this is ultimately kind of a role-playing game. So I'm concerned about like maybe being full completionist and getting nothing done, or this being an incredibly long series. That's ultimately what I'm afraid of, and it's something I'm going to have to think on and play as we go on through this campaign, but I'm excited nonetheless. It should hopefully be a fun time. Although, the loading is taking surprisingly long. I guess it was this long before? I did reduce details a tiny bit, so I don't know what it is. Maybe it would have helped if I put this on the solid state drive. You wouldn't think it would be necessary once you understand what this game actually involves, mind you.
This is an alien transmission.
And this is originating from where, exactly?
It's local. Triton.
Recall the captain. Tell him that he's needed.
He's still on administrative leave from the incident.
That no longer matters. He's the only one qualified to command the prototype Vindicator.
So we get straight down to the point there. We're being recalled, and I've been thinking a lot on what kind of captain I want. It's just a really random name in all honesty, so nothing all that exciting. Ah, and I don't even have room for it, good god! This is already going wrong. Okay, I got a backup plan. Okay, maybe I don't, because it still won't fit. I was gonna cheat a bit and put an Eisenhorn, but not gonna do work. I'm gonna have to crisis management this. I'm gonna have to come up with a backup plan. Alright, I did the cheap thing, sort of. Considering that we can't really fit in Greg or Eisenhorn, we might as well do it since it was close enough as is, since I wasn't really expecting to be hit with a character limitation, but it did give me some time to admire Half-Life 3 and Sins of a Solar Empire 2. They sure know how to rub it in, don't they? But I do have an idea what I want to name the ship. Pretty straightforward, it's just a play on words in all honesty. There we go, the Terran Soul, as I'm gonna dub it. As I already said, it's a bit of a play on words there. As opposed to just a Terran Soul with the U, we're just gonna go with this little like Klingon-ish type of feel. Even then, it's not really Klingon, is it now? Nonetheless, this is an odd start, needless to say, with things already being thrown off, but I'm excited to have ourselves some fun. And we get to see our fancy Vindicator ship, which really just looks like a massive colony ship, at least from how I understand from Babylon 5. This is immediately what I think of when I see something like this. Ain't she a beauty though? It's just a question of what can she do. That I'm not quite sure yet. Aside for it being our base operations.
The crew and supplies should be coming over to you shortly, Captain. Time to get started. StarControl is ordering you to travel to Triton and investigate the alien radio signal that's originating there.
We're getting down to business. So let's see. I don't know too much aside for the Lexites there, which were like these, I guess, enlightened humans, or at least an alien race there that kind of inspired our endeavors to get into space. I can't remember that starting story, since it was really technically the progenitors that were the big advanced race that we encountered, at least the technology that we encountered in the original StarControl. So I'm getting a little bit confused just because of two different types of lore. But what do we know about the radio signal?
It's just a series of regular pulses at 1.42 gigahertz. That's the hydrogen line, in case you've forgotten your radio astronomy.
Show off.
Some very excitable men in glasses are pretty sure if aliens ever try contacting us, they'll do it on that frequency. They are substantially less certain why aliens might be on one of Neptune's moons, though.
I don't know why aliens would want to reach us on that frequency, but okay. They clearly don't think much of us, do they now? But clearly it worked.
Scan its surface from orbit. If you find the signal, send one of your ship's landers down to the surface to examine it further. If it is an alien, you are ordered to not die and tell us right away.
But otherwise it's safe to die,
Sure, you die as much as you want, Captain.
I'll pass.
Just send the ship back.
I told you there was character. Subtle character, but I'm wondering how it picks up, since this is still going to be a serious game. Any advice? It's pretty straightforward. Let's get started.
StarControl has accelerated the construction of our new modular deep solar system vessel specifically for this mission. It's the fastest, most expensive ship humanity has ever made, Captain. Try not to lose it.
I'm not gonna argue. To be honest, I think the shuttles look more advanced than the dang Vindicator, after all, with the way that it's relying on artificial gravity. Well, making our own gravity with the spinning, like, bays there. I won't argue. I don't even know if I'm making sense anymore. I'll try.
It's also equipped with our latest resource collection landers, which I would encourage you to make heavy use of. We used up a lot of materials to make that thing. If we want to make any more Vindicator-class vessels, we're going to need you to collect the resources to do it.
Well,
looks like you've got everything stowed away now, Captain. You're all set.
So long as we don't die, we're good, right?
Please, hurry. There are a lot of people down on Earth anxious to find out what's going on.
Well, we got an alien signal, so let's get going there. This is mostly just a tutorial, I want to argue. It's safe to say, but everything's pretty straightforward. I am going to be paying attention if time elapses as I fly around there. And I'm trying to remember where Triton... Oh, I was going to say, try and remember where Triton was. It's way up here, the arrow indicator. I just don't have the convenience of zooming out or zooming in. Nor a boost option, apparently, so we're going to be doing this the old-fashioned way, and do ourselves some stunts in the process. Because nothing can horribly go wrong, right? Oh, I was kind of hoping momentum would take me through. It seems like I'm just gradually slowing down, which is a shame. I was going to make this fancy and everything. It might still happen, since I don't really want to crash into Triton now.
Captain, we've located the source of the radio signal. It looks like there's a crashed ship down there. We should take a lander down to investigate.
Oh, and there's our little lander there. And otherwise, this is part of where I'm a little bit worried about the completionist side of me there, trying to grab all the resources here, going to every single plant, because that's going to take a lot of time. But we'll play it by ear. Let's just go and continue on with our story here, see what the aliens want. And I don't know if I want to move the lander, worrying that if I fall out of that landing circle, that I might take damage. For the crew, this crew count up here of 5 is basically my hit points. That's going to be for the entirety of this game, for both my ships, for combat up there, and for down here on the plant surface. I don't know what this is. Oh, boost. Oh, I could do acrobatics. I think I need to upgrade for that since I'm hitting buttons and it doesn't seem like anything's working. Oh, actually I am sprinting forward. I gotta be careful not to ram anything. 5 hit points is kind of fragile, needless to say.
Press tab to view your inventory and fleet status screen.
Alright, so we got 2 landers here, and this is what we currently have with only able to carry 100 at a time, but everything's going to be upgraded, at least with how I'm understanding and remembering StarControl 2. Hell, we can't even go to Mercury or even some of the really close soul planets there, like Mercury and all that, as they're a little bit too hot. We would get fried immediately if we were to attempt it. Never mind the sun itself. I think that's a given. But we're all set here. Oh, there's more resources. This is kind of what I'm talking about. I want to grab those resources and at least just show you everything that's going on there. Actually, I do have speed boost, right? I just gotta stop flying around in the process. So, we got everything. Let's see what our friends want here, since it kind of looks like a wreck. Ooh, and even what almost classic type of StarControl loading screen here. Almost. Except they modernized it with all the origin type of characters. I think I understand why I'm having to slow down, mind you. I think it's because I'm recording DX Story on the same hard drive as StarControl there, which I didn't think would be that much of an issue, mind you. So that's something I'm going to have to change for the next recording.
You actually came.
Hello there, fella.
I can't tell you how sweaty we are to see you.
Sweaty? Well, he is technically a slug after all. It even says it right here. Who are you?
Your friends? Maybe?
Possibly.
I am Chief Viscosity Officer Windu of the Tyrone.
He's got some cola here. Some kind of slug juice. Let's see, I'm a human of Earth.
You think it's nice to meet me?
Well, someone's happy.
That's a wonderful change from the usual disgust and contempt we receive when meeting new species.
Eesh, it was just a friendly gesture, but I guess that just shows how grim the universe is, huh? Or how hostile it is, as we're probably about to find out.
It's a funny story. You'll like it.
Try me.
It starts with these guys called the Scribe. They're the ones who shot us down.
Oh.
They're kind of our friends.
Why'd they shoot you there then? If they shoot you, they're not really your friends, are they now?
That makes so much sense when you say it that way.
Common sense.
We're actually trying to protect you from the Scribe. We began receiving your radio transmissions about 50 years ago. You're a fascinating species.
I don't want to know what they look at.
Because we knew the Scribe would destroy you if they found you, we've been keeping you a secret from them. At least we were, until a few months ago. The Scribe had evidently received traces of your radio broadcasts themselves. They dropped some pretty terrifying hints that they were looking for you. We were on our way here to stall them, which we did, by getting shot down by them. Hence the distress call.
Well, you did a good job getting shot down, at least. But that's what I mean, we're already screwed, and we haven't even just left our solar system, pretty much. And already people want to kill us. That sounds normal, right? Snap judges anyone? Or snap judgments anyone, rather? And warn them about them, yeah.
You probably should. The Scribe are looking for you in this area of space. They don't know exactly where you are, but they will find you. Not a lot of humans are going to survive that process. The good news is, we can help you. If you help us first. Most of our systems were squished when we dropped out of hyperspace. Our hyperwave radio was one of them, which is why we had to call for help the old-fashioned way. Also, half of our entire ship fell off. Now, we might actually be able to repair all that damage, but we will definitely need that other half of our spaceship back.
You could fix half your ship falling off? Yeah, that might be a problem when half your ship is missing, but I'm pretty certain you only lost an engine, judging from the visual effects. I'm guessing anyway.
We can? I don't want to bore you with all the little technical details. Simply put, we are really good at our jobs here.
Well, that's reassuring. We're probably gonna have to put it to the test there pretty soon, if we're about to get an attack. Where'd the other half of your ship go?
It went down on a planet somewhere in your solar system. I'm not sure where precisely. All planets look the same when you're crying. Though if I had to guess, I'd say it was around one of your larger, bluer worlds. Also, we lost a couple of hyperdrive modules. We'll definitely need those if we want to not starve to death far from home. Those definitely went down somewhere in your inner solar system. I know this is a lot to ask. But finding all of this shouldn't be a problem for a ship with both its halves.
I'm just stuck on the part where he was crying as they were crashing down there. That doesn't seem professional to me, for some odd reason, but I'm not judging. Let's just help him out. Oh, you're gonna offer us first? We'll be happy to help.
Great! We'll give you so many hugs if you manage to succeed.
I need to point out he's a slug, so that would be adorable, but really disgustingly slimy at the same time. I'm sure you'll get enjoyment out of that visual. But let's get to it.
Great!
So we're done here, pretty much. At least as much as we can. As I said, I think you're just missing engineers, so that shouldn't be too difficult to repair, right? Now, how do I escape? Okay, I literally hit escape. So we get our resources, and we got ourselves some stuff to find. But I think we're gonna make our way over to, at least back to Earth there. At least report in and try and figure out what one of these larger blue worlds, which we already been to Triton and Neptune, so I don't think it'd be there. It would be funny if it was actually on Earth somehow. Although that's technically not entirely a blue world. I don't know if they would consider it as such. But let's see what happens.
You survived!
Was that a concern? Was that really a concern? I know I was talking about dying and all that earlier, but I don't think you need to worry.
Not anymore, it isn't. But tell me, Captain, what did you find out on Triton?
There was kind of a sickly alien there. We'll just go cool alien.
What?
He seemed like a nice guy. I'm assuming it's a he.
Well, it sounds like you did the right thing offering to help, Captain. Our exobiologists have been studying the recordings of your conversation with the alien. Based on their word choice, blinking, and overall clamminess levels, we believe that this one was genuinely in fear for his life. So we've come to a conclusion. We want you to help them. This is too great an opportunity to pass up. Just remain cautious. There's no reason to trust these Taiwan fully just yet.
That's the plan there, but I was already planning on helping him. I don't need an order, you would think.
Well, if what this Taiwan says about the scribe is even remotely true, I think we need to help. The chance to establish friendly relations with an alien civilization is too great to pass up. Especially if they can in any way help us stop a threat to our civilization. Go find the missing parts of their ship, Captain. They should be around here somewhere.
Now we're off to do ourselves a treasure hunt. But hopefully we can get to the real meat of this, since this is, after all, should be still part of the tutorial until we get to the combat itself. Let's get back
Good
to
luck,
work.
Captain.
I want to get to the real meat anyway, which is going to explore the other systems. So where do we need to go? Inner solar system for some of the components, and then the other half of the ship's supposed to be a larger blue world. I just kind of wish... Oh, I was going to say, if I could zoom in and see the entire solar system. But good God, this strikes me as StarControl 2 right here. Look at the number of systems we have to go to. This might take a while there, if I'm not efficient at what I'm doing. And I think this is just a waypoint. No, it's just a marker. I was kind of hoping to see the entire system since I can't zoom out. Oh well, let's get to exploring. Hell, I know exactly where I'm going to go since I've been here earlier, so there's a reason for me to go to the moon. I'm just paranoid of crashing into it by going full speed, in all honesty, which I probably shouldn't need to worry, but we have Lexite ruins here. So this is of interest to note, never mind all these other resources to get. It's going to take multiple trips though, considering I can only carry 100 units. So let's go to the Lexite ruins and see about unlocking some utility for our lander here. And picking up everything along the way. Hell, let's just do some jumps, huh? Ha, I could even stop midair too. It's not much of a stunt, mind you, but it works for a situation. So much so that I kind of passed our Lexite ruins, didn't I? Alright, let's see what there is here.
Captain, this is the lunar facility the Lexites settled after they first left Earth. We've sent surveyors here before, and I don't think much has changed since then. Not from all the dust I can see. It doesn't look like the Lexites were here long after they arrived in 2085. This was just a staging area they used before traveling elsewhere. No idea where they went after this, but you know that as well as I do. Finding them is why we have a StarControl in the first place. Captain, there's something powering on here. Blinking lights, humming sounds. There's a computer screen turning on. It says, "Threat to remnants detected. Lander self-defense technology ready to be used. Insert uranium to power." There's a slot in the device here. Do we have any uranium we can feed this thing? I don't keep that on me. We'll have to come
we didn't
back
pick it
later
up.
then, or ignore this
Okay,
entirely.
so...
Your call, Cap. I don't keep that on me.
Oh,
We'll
never
have to
mind.
come back
I want
later,
to skip through this,
or
dang it.
ignore this entirely. Your call,
Alright.
Captain.
When I came here before, I already had the uranium. Okay, that's something I forgot about. So it automatically unlocked the defense system. We basically get ourselves a weapon on the lander. So I'm going to have to work on that afterwards. But we are full, so I'm going to have to go... Well, we're going to be back here pretty soon once I get my uranium. So let's continue exploring with that said. And I think that's a train. Yeah, that allows me to practice my combat. So I don't think I need to go there. Venus, I'm a little bit worried about you being too hot. How dangerous are you?
Captain, this planet is well beyond our ability to land on. We'll need to find some way to improve our lander technology to have a hope of safely exploring the surface here.
I think that answers my question. Just look at these warning meters. Heat level high, 8 deaths per second. Well, if I want to die, I know where to go. Repeatedly die, apparently. Although I think what this is saying is I lose 8 crew per second. Since for my ship there alone, I forget the Terran Soul. We have 100 hit points, so if somehow I were to land this on Venus, I would lose 8 crew a second. It's basically what that means. So we need upgrades for that. And let's not even talk about Mercury. Hell, it's probably not even worth going there, since we know that's going to be even worse. I've been there, I know. Hell, I can't even remember in StarControl 2 if I tried cheesing it in a way to get all the resources on Mercury at the very start of the campaign, or if I waited. I know I made attempts trying to get the resources down there in StarControl 2, I just don't remember if I succeeded or not. That would be a story for another time. Needless to say, it involved dodging a lot of fireballs. And we do have uranium here. I am really terrified about moving away from the landing zone, about causing damage that I don't mean to cause. But let's grab the uranium. That's going to give us what we need for our weaponry for the lander, which is going to be a big deal. And that's not it. I don't even... Let's see, francium. I'm going to have a hard time pronouncing these names. If you watch my Battlefleet Gothic videos at a long period of time, you know I'm really terrible at pronunciations, let alone usernames, which are hard enough as is sometimes to pronounce. But we did get our uranium, and it looks like we might have to make a second trip to grab all this stuff. This is part of the reason why I'm worried about trying to gather everything, since this is going to take an excessive amount of time. So I will probably try and cut down on that quite a significant amount, at least not go to every single planet. It makes it more challenging too, because that means less resources, I'm going to have to manage things properly. And what was the other reason? I know I had another reason. Well, it does make it more difficult. I have to be more deliberate with what how I manage the resources, which is kind of what I already said, mind you. I just can't remember what the other reason was for, aside for saving time, obviously. But we got everything. This might be the exception. I'll grab everything I can in Seoul, and then everything else we'll play it by ear. Just try focus on the story, and manage with the resources I can gather. But we're done here. Let's head back to... Well, I want to explore all these other planets, but I think going to the moon is really damn important to get that weaponry. Since it literally allows me to shoot with the lander in case we encounter hostile aliens, and of course, allows me to destroy components too to get more resources, so I found. Which I don't think is going to be a normal thing. And it's going to be compounded by the fact it doesn't tell me if there's any hidden resources until I actually destroy the debris. But we have means to collect everything now. We just gotta find the silicone. It's around somewhere, I'm sure.
We're back at the Lexite's lunar facility, Captain. The one with the weird device. There's a slot in the device here. Do we have any uranium we can feed this thing?
We should now.
We do? Great. Well, it's some kind of laser gun, Captain. Looks like it will fit right on our lander. That was nice of the Lexites.
The Lexites came prepared, I guess. They knew what was happening, and now we got ourselves a fancy weapon.
Now that we have a laser gun, why don't we try shooting some rocks with it? In the name of research.
I prefer science, thank you. But research will do, and that's kind of what I'm talking about. There is so much resources to grab just by destroying everything. I just gotta make sure I hit them. Because apparently, I could have my shots go over the rubble. Nonetheless, where is the silicone that it tells me about, though? It says there's 56 silicones still around. I just have no clue where it is, unless that's it there. I could destroy... Oh, there they are. I guess there's like a range thing to my sensors as well, because I figured I would have seen that the entire time. But we're golden. I could destroy everything. Let's get going, though. We have a lot of worlds to explore. So, from what I understand, we need to explore the inner rings for something. So, I think we're going to Mars next. Since Mercury and Venus are out of the question, unless I could go to Earth. That's something I should really check, shouldn't I? See if Earth is on the menu, the list of planets.
Sir, we're detecting 2 unidentified objects on the surface of Mars. Is this something to do with the Lexites, or something else entirely?
I think we found what we're looking for, though. So we're heading to Mars we go. Oh god. Get back on course, dang it. I don't know what the hell happened there. I wasn't even trying to move. So that worries me a bit, that might be a mechanic that I have to center it to avoid damage possibly. Or at least some kind of penalty. Mars is a lot smaller than I remember it to be, though. I thought it was a lot bigger. At least it makes the travel and gathering all these resources a lot quicker, I suppose. But now, let's go. We just about got everything, so let's go. Oh, I'm full. Well, you see what I'm talking about now. This is going to get a little repetitive, so maybe my first upgrade will be to increase the storage bay of our landers to help minimize that a lot. Now, pay attention. Yeah, that does alter a little bit. I'm not sure why exactly, though. And it worries me. This looks like our first
This
piece.
looks like part of an alien spaceship, Captain. I bet this is one of the hyperdrive modules those aliens are missing. We'll load it up onto the lander now.
Now, time to grab the other one and grab our titanium. Then we just gotta find the other half of the
Part
ship.
of an alien spaceship, Captain. I bet this is one of the hyperdrive modules those aliens are missing. We'll load it up onto the lander now.
I'm pretty sure you just said that. Nonetheless, we're done here. And that's all the inner planets we can... Oh god, what is it? What are you? Should I be terrified? I think I should be terrified. Yeah, it is a scribe. No, get away from me! Come on, this is supposed to be advanced. Why can't this ship go faster?
Scanning.
Uh-oh.
Scanning. Vessel does not match patterns for any authorized sentient being. EM broadcast detected. Spectrum analysis. Technological development level T3.
Thanks.
2D image in broadcast identified. Processing. Facial edge discrimination does not match known sentience in this sector. You are not a Tyrant. Who are you?
Should I try and fake it? Do a charisma check or a bluff check? Because we know... It even said it was a scribe, so we already know these are the guys out to kill us, so let's try and fake it.
Remain where you are. A scribe legate has been notified of your unauthorized existence and is approaching this sector now.
Don't think it worked.
Transmission incoming. New orders received. Local fleet probe vessel 0 will clear system of unauthorized organic vessels. Continue to remain where you are.
Well, we're in our first combat here, and I have no idea what this colony ship or our capital ship's capable of. I know of the classic Terran ship, mind you, but this is not it. Or we could just end our career right now. That's a possibility, huh? I think I promised that I was going to try not to die, though, to be fair. And it should go in our favor, right? It's just a scout. But this is the combat in a nutshell. Oh, you literally are a Terran ship, aren't you? So that means you have the point defense too, don't you? Well, that was easy. You just literally flew right into that. Since those missiles are supposed to have very minor guidance abilities, and I have a secondary ability that allows me to shoot any projectiles, or at least ships that are right next to me. So that was conveniently easy. But then again, it is a scout ship, to be fair. So they are kind of going easy on us right there, or right now. But they said that the other half of the ship was on a blue world. This doesn't count, but let's explore it nonetheless. Since we kind of conveniently flew this way, trying to run for our lives. And I learned the hard way that our ship does not have very good running ability. We are not the... I keep wanting to call them the Sputniks. I forget what their actual names are now. But you know who I'm talking about, right? I said at the very beginning. And I'm still really worried about what happens if I don't land properly. And there's thunderclouds too. So this is also terrifying. We're gonna get our first real hazard. But it looks like it's just triggering the same spot. I want to get the Argon, I just don't know how to get the Argon. Because you're very ominous as well. Okay, I think we found something. Okay, take deep breaths if we go into the gas cloud. We might not die. Did we get our Argon? Yes, we did. We're done here. There could be more in the cloud, but I'm not even going to tempt fate just now. Because I could have checked the status about this planet. That might have helped a little bit. Oh, additional wind force, so that might be why. It doesn't seem to be that hazardous, but something to make note of. So Enceladus, we're done with you. Let's head over to Titan, I guess. Safe to say this is not where we want to go, but ooh, look at all these resources. This is worth doing. More wind force, though. 80% wind force. Safely landed on this planet extremely difficult, so something bad will happen if I don't land properly. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, we're really off course. Well, I got an achievement for it. I thought the problem was just wind force, but apparently we found out the hard way what happens if I don't land properly. Well, lesson learned. We are not going to Titan. I expected more of our state-of-the-art type of colony ship. Nonetheless, we already went up there to Trenton. What would be a blue world, though? It wouldn't be Uranus, would it? Oh, that might count as it. So let's go over here, and then we'll explore the rest of these planets in the middle here, since I kind of already explored one of them to get the uranium. So, Oberon, are you what we're looking for? There's even a Battlefleet Gothic ship named after you.
Sir, we're detecting an unidentified object on the surface. We may want to send a lander down to investigate.
So, we found what we're looking for. Thank God they prepared for a second lander. I hate to find out what would happen if we lost both our landers, though. I'm sure there's a way to get more easily enough. And we're going to need to get more crew as a result anyway.
This looks like the part of the ship that friendly slug is missing. We'll load it up onto the lander now.
Yeah, I don't know how you were able to carry half a missing ship, mind you. But I'm impressed. Now let's find the rest of these resources with that said, and call it a wrap, and then just gather what we can before we go. Oh, there we are. That looks like our calcium. I'm just a little bit worried about going too fast, since apparently landing really badly does get us killed. We're golden. Now, Oberon, I don't think I could go to actual Uranus, mind you, since it is a gas giant. Nope, no landing spot. I figured as much. Until we get some really good technology. And no, I don't want to go to Uranus, I just want to go around you. I am not interested in Uranus. But I am interested in Miranda. If I could get close enough, thank you. Unidentified object, so this is worth going to. I'm just surprised that our officer did not say anything about this. It's just copper though, so it's not all that exciting otherwise. It seems like. We have made planetfall. Oh, you're not gonna give me text. It looks like a crashed automobile. No idea how it got here. We are sending it up to ship for examination. I'm a little bit shocked that we don't got audio for that. Oh, it's an automobile. Oh. Is this a reference to Elon Musk's car? Maybe, I'm not sure. Since he kind of just launched one into space recently, didn't he? That's cute. It's unidentified apparently, so maybe it's not. Alright, we got like 4 more worlds. This will be over soon. And then I'm gonna have to really think on how I want to continue on with this series. Ooh, you were not
Captain,
pleasant.
the weather on this planet will make landing very difficult. We'll need better landers to manage it.
Yeah, that does not look pleasant. Hell, for the sake of it, I should look at Mercury just to show you how ridiculous that can be. But first, we'll explore the other ones quickly.
Sir, we're detecting an unidentified object on the surface. We may want to send a lander down to investigate.
So what do I have to worry about with this gas? Since I see it roaming around, there's no warnings or anything of note, just that it's a really cold biome. I think I prefer staying away from the gas just to be safe. Or the storms, or whatever they might be. So let's check this unidentified object, see what our Easter eggs we get. And be mindful of those geysers. That might be important too. Can I shoot them? No. Also, avoid the thunderbolts. It seems like they go in the same area, or land in the same spot, so if I take my time and watch where they are originating from, I should be fine. The last thing I want is to lose another dang lander, especially with how close I'm going to have to get for this one. And that dang cloud's in my identified object, so I don't think I want to go in there. Not yet. We'll give it a moment for a storm to pass, as it were. while we're looking for the rest of this lead. Unless that actually is the lead. Nope, it's not. Let's see what it is, though. It's an antenna of some kind.
Well, this is a heck of a thing, Captain. We found some kind of monument here. At least, I think it's a monument. It's a big, multicolored slab of metal with odd protrusions sticking out of it. Balls and sticks, kind of. There's text on it, or graffiti. Pictures of aliens fighting? I'm honestly not sure. No human language, anyways. Not much we can do with it but admire it, and done. We'll just leave this here then.
Well, not much we could do with it. Maybe if we can learn some languages, it might be worth coming back here. Possibly translate it. That would be neat. There's definitely would be a lot of reasons to come back anyway. Mercury and Venus are obvious examples. Since we can't quite go there just yet, can we? I think there's only one more world for us, and then we're pretty much done. At least with exploring for the time being. We may have to go to Pluto still, but we'll worry about that after. Let's just continue on with the story. Anything good here? Ooh, you look good. Whatever resource that is. Oh, Thulium. Let's grab it quickly. And see what the Taiwan have to say for the repaired ship, because we're probably going to need them. Because I seen what the main scribe ship is capable of. It is terrifying. Since I have played a quick skirmish type battle. With sort of has point values and everything for the type of number of ships you can field. And it's terrifying what the scribe are capable of. Oh, well, let's find our phosphorus as well. Wherever the hell that's hiding. There you are, I found you. Speed boost does its thing. And I look for the upgrades we can have on this ship too. I think the priority though is to get ourselves an extra lander, and good god. I was terrified for my life there because I was flipped upside down. But I think we're done here. Let's get back to Trenton. Full speed ahead. Although sadly I have no sprint maneuvers, so there's not much I can do about this. Get on going. And see what Taiwan have to say. We had a very brief look at the combat. Which just means we're going to get a bigger, real fight pretty soon, aren't we? Since they did say that a real ship was coming. Yeah, where are you, Taiwan? Since I don't really got an indicator that really shows where you are, even though I kind of was already here. You can't have moved that much, right? Not with half your ship missing. Although I still proclaim it's just an engine you're missing.
Our new probable friends came back. Did you get everything we need to repair our vessel?
I think we did, and we got attacked by a probe. That's our most pressing issue, is it? I can't even tell them I got the supplies. Or the ship.
You did? That's not good. Did you tell them we were here?
No, but we did try and pretend we were you. Does that count? Kind of wishing we had. I don't think that would have helped, honestly. How about clearing a system?
Now that sounds extremely not good. Like I said, if you help us repair our ship, we might be able to help you deal with these scribe. So, have you found everything we need to repair our vessel?
That's kind of what I wanted to do. Here, we have it for you.
Great! Now we can fix our ship.
Sounds good. You stand by watching the Taiwan fix their ship with surprising speed. I really hope you're going to show us. Please show us.
It worked!
Aw.
We've repaired the hull damage and restored power to our propulsion systems. It will take another minute or so to get our defensive systems online. So please, don't murder us!
Oh, you should be fine. If anything, now's your chance to murder us if you really want to.
Great! So, my new damp chum, why don't we head back to Earth? You can introduce us to your parents and leaders.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
We can tell them what we've told you. Or we could just hang out.
Well, you did say something about a hug. I'm a little bit disappointed we're not getting the hug, let alone seeing how you fix your ship. Although it's probably better not. I don't know how slimy that process would be to fix the ship. Do not swim with diseases. Okay, now we ask this after the hug. Come on then, let's get going.
Hooray!
You look like a cheerful fellow, right? Nothing bad could go wrong. Let's head on to Earth and see what happens next. Which I'm oh god, run! Evasive maneuvers! Which is not working very well. Oh. It's a light cruiser, not a big cruiser. So maybe there is hope. Maybe.
Halt, unknown alien. You do not have permission to exist in this sector, or anywhere else.
Oh. Yeah, you must be a scribe, although that would give away the time bomb, wouldn't it? And you don't have permission to be here. Cue the statement that they do have permission.
Who are you to tell us where we might be, savage? This star is the property of the Scribe Empire.
This one's ours.
It is not. You are trespassing. And that is why you do not have permission to exist, savage.
Yeesh, that's harsh. We just met and he's already calling us savage. We greet you in peace. They don't want peace, I'm pretty sure.
Savages often do. It is usually a sign of weakness. Do you need more proof of your barbarity? How about the destruction of our innocent probe? Do not attempt to hide it. We saw the weapons blink as we approached this system. We see the wreckage now. When I communicate the details of our encounter to Scribe No Seat, they will be most displeased at the loss of our equipment. I suspect you are the ones the Taiwan have been hiding from us. Who knew they were filled with such deceit? We thought it was just hooves. That Taiwan, the one cowering in the shadow of your vessel, we will destroy it as well, along with all the rest of the Taiwan.
Well, me, I regret shooting down the probe now. I should have just surrendered. You said you haven't told your superiors about us yet, huh? So who's your boss?
I haven't. But why do you ask? Do you think you can stop me? Pitiful fool.
Whoa, where did that come from? That's a rhetorical question, actually. I know exactly where that came from. A bad, bad place. We're still repairing our weapon systems, so we won't be able to help you. Which is a shame, because we really, really wanted to do that. Good luck!
Oh, that's helpful. Well, there might still be hope. It is a light cruiser after all. Now, it gives us a chance to really figure out what to do with this thing. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. They could... Well, do I really want to give them the first shot? Probably not. Let's go full savage mode. No, we don't even have the range. Oh god, I'm gonna hit Triton. Or... Oh my god, ah, dang it. Well, if they're gonna crash into the plant for me, that'd be kinda nice. Oh, I don't even have a point defense. I thought I did, but that's not reassuring. One more hit. Oh god. Rocks. We took a lot of damage there, but we're in one piece at least. That's a plus.
You did great, best friend. You are so awesome. And sexy.
Oh boy. That came out of nowhere. And aren't they really all the same response?
What?
You called us sexy.
That's weird. Translation error, probably. That happens sometimes. Anytime we say something weird or uncomfortable, that'll be a translation error.
How convenient. How about we go save humanity?
Of course. And it's not just a humanity-saving deal now. It's also a Taiwan-saving deal.
No, it isn't. He hasn't told the boss.
I don't know if you caught it, but that scribe did just threaten to kill all Taiwan everywhere. That's not gonna go over well back home. But first, let's go to Earth. I imagine your leaders will want to talk about this. And when you get here, we have something we need to give you.
Well, at least we didn't die. That's a plus. It almost happened because I was trying to use my point defense weaponry up close when I did my drive-by on the dang light cruiser, and apparently I don't have point defense weaponry on this thing yet, since it didn't activate. But at least we got to the worst part. I lost nearly half my crew, 5 of which was from trying to land on a plant, mind you. So I think we're doing good here. For now.